Listen, I think we have to spend like a skosh of time today saving me from my hobbies and interests because they are kind of suffocating me at the moment. I've got 15 baby chickens in my living room. They just got bigger, so we had to revamp their whole brooder situation to accommodate for them. And they still have like 6.5 weeks in the house before they could go out in the coop. I have a proper jungle of plants in the dining room. You know, all the seedlings that I started for the garden. And the garden, admittedly, is not built yet, but that's neither here nor there. I've got 2 puzzles going on the kitchen island, plus it's just a catch-all for daily clutter anyway, so there's like barely any space to cook. The office is a forever mess. I started to ramp up my reading again. I have multiple books going at the same time, so there are books strewn all about the house. And not to mention all the yarn that's in any drawer, crack, or cubby from a previous stint in crocheting. You know, I just need to like reel it in a little bit, get rid of some of the clutter, because my space is like a huge indication of what's going on in my mind. And right now, like, my mind is functional, but she's also very frustrating, stressful, cluttered, and inefficient. But yeah, don't get me wrong, hobbies are incredibly important for your mental well-being. And while they're all good, you probably shouldn't drown yourself in them. But speaking of things that are good for your mental well-being, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp. Now listen, it's a difficult thing to seek help. Personally, I put off talking with a therapist for a really long time because I was mortified at the thought of talking with another person, a person that I did not know, about the things that I struggled with. I was not here for it for a long time. It was a tall hurdle to jump just to entertain the idea, but I did it. And I'm glad that I did, because like you can declutter a space, you can also declutter your mind of thoughts and feelings that you have just like roaming around in there, silently suffering with. You could talk it out with an unbiased third party that's gonna like give you advice on the situation. And oh man, the relief you feel just by like voicing some of these things is pretty great. I actually got started with BetterHelp and it was a pretty painless process. You just go to their site, answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you to a professional that has years of experiencing helping people with the very same things that you're struggling with. You get matched to your therapist usually within about 48 hours. And then from there, it's whatever you feel most comfortable with, whether you want to talk to your therapist on the phone or video chat or even messaging. It's just the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. So if you're interested, let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Beatrice or choose Beatrice Caruso at sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. Okay, now let's get into decluttering my physical space. So we had to construct this absolute monstrosity in the middle of the living room so that these baby cheeps could live and flourish. First of all, they got big really fast. They went from like cute little fuzzy pom-poms to velociraptors overnight. They want me to say hello. Hello, baby chickens. Oh my god. See? And this is what they do. You guys, stay. You want to come up? Come on. They're unsure about the camera. These are full-blown dinosaurs now. Oh. I'm causing quite the scuffle right now, but you want to come here? These little things are so wily. I had a freckle on the back of my hand, and every time like I put my hand in to pet them, you know, change their food, change their water, just hang out, they peck at this freckle, and it started out dark brown, and it scabbed, and it peeled off, and now I don't have a freckle there anymore. So ladies, is this a hack? I don't know. It's just a thing that happens. But we had to build like this whole big apparatus. We had to retrofit Mavis's old dog training puppy cage thing. And we're like, perfect, good. Except for like, I came out to like one squonking and it was just outside the cage in the living room because they could fit through the bars on that. So we had to go ahead and wrap it all around with hardware cloth. And luckily we had like a bunch from building the actual chicken run, but parenthood has just been a lot. Oh my god, I already got distracted playing with chickens. Okay, we have got to do something let's do something. There's nothing we could really do about the size of this thing in the middle of the living room, but I feel like we could scale back all of the other just crap that's around that's making it hard to live. Charles, you're ruining the continuity. It's Sunday, Sunday, gotta get down on Sunday. It is Sunday, and word around town is the girlies do Sunday resets. So I figured that I would partake too, to see if this week, with any kind of structure, could possibly be beneficial. Imagine that, structure being beneficial. I have been breaking out a lot recently, and I think that it's because I've been incorporating this hydrating mineral sunscreen into my routine, and I have gotten like pretty big cystic acne. I wore one of those pimple patches for the first time. I don't think that it worked. It might have made things worse, which seems to be the theme for majority of my life when it comes to products, medicines, anything of that nature. My body seems to reject everything. Like, am I worse than everyone else? Maybe. Yeah, so because I've been going outside more, sunscreen has been crucial. But the trade-off is cystic acne, which honestly wouldn't be that big of a deal if I didn't like just pick at it and make it 10 times worse than it needed to be. What's really odd is like I don't like really do anything to help my skin. Like my ass is using like dirty brushes, dirty beauty blender. I'll go to sleep without cleaning off my makeup. No skincare routine. And my skin was like flourishing for a while there. And then like when I start to do something to like, you know, maybe prevent melanoma from happening against the sun, it decides to just freak out, which is wild. Wild. Anyways, we have a couple of errands to run today. First of all, I'm going to try to, I just totally put this in my mouth while I was talking. But we're going to try to convince Steven to go to breakfast because all week long I have been having boiled eggs and apples, and don't get me wrong, 10 out of 10 breakfast, but sometimes I just want to have like a little bougie breakfast situation with eggs that I didn't make. And then we got to go grocery shopping to get more eggs and apples and other food, maybe do some more cleaning, laundry, that kind of thing. You know, a proper Sunday reset. I don't know, honey boo boo child, but we are going to figure it out. Do something that might take some stress off the week. I got this hoodie from the men's section at Target. I don't know what it is lately, but I've noticed a bunch of like women's hoodies are cropped. Like I have such a hard time finding like a lightweight hoodie that isn't just form-fitting and cut off at the belly button, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I just want to like wear a hoodie and not have it be a like midriff situation. I'm constantly like yanking some down, like even the ones that are like full length, they still cut to make more figure flattering or whatever, and it's like sometimes I just want to be like swaddled in a hoodie. I don't need it to be like a fashion fit. I digress. Is that just a me problem again, like everything else? Anyways, let's go. The breakfast put its whole breakfast tussy into this one. JK, it was actually kind of average, or as the kids would say, it was mid. Then off to the garden center where I resisted the urge to buy more plants and instead bought things to help the plants I already have thrive. And that's what we call growth, ladies and gentlemen. And here's Steven aggressively shopping for lawn care items. Then off to the grocery store. The current vibe in the kitchen, probably due to the 12 DIY projects I have going on at the moment, is very much just fast, easy, low prep meals. Recently I have been really into tuna, which is nice because it's easy to get 30 grams of protein in a meal, and that's the current goal. The whole typical Sunday reset thing got derailed because we bought a cultivator at Lowe's. And what was supposed to be just trying it out turned into a whole session of yard work. We have this back patch of space where we plan to put raised garden beds, but it is very uneven, so the goal is to make it less uneven. And also fill some of the holes that Mavis dug in the process so I don't do what we all know that I will inevitably do, which is break my ankle stepping in one. Luckily, it had rained a lot the previous 2 days, so the ground was pretty easy to move. And it didn't take terribly long to even out the area, and I even found a little friend. What is that?
I don't know what that's about.
Uh-oh. You know what it is?
What do you think?
It's roofing material.
Just got buried?
Yeah, no, people used to do that to prevent weeds.
I mean, it worked, kind of.
I thought it was a box. Oh no, this is a, ew. Okay. It's an ant colony under an old piece of metal that was like a hatch for something.
I don't know, let me throw this out. I suppose those ants, hopefully they'll go away.
No, look at all those eggs.
I know, that's wild.
I don't know what that is.
You got that shovel? Yeah. I'm not gonna mess with their grubs, but I do want to dig right here. Okay.
Is it solid?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that metal wasn't there for a reason.
Huh. Ow! One's biting the shit out of me. Well, no secret hidey hole. Because the yard work was impromptu, I didn't take a before picture, so you can't tell the difference, but here is what it looked like after we were done. But other than that, I just hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!